Hello, my name is David Baker. I'm a local pastor, and I was asked by some people to make a short video to the healthcare professionals that work in our community and our hospitals, and I wanted to send this short video to you. First of all, thank you for what you're doing. I was in the military and a paratrooper before the ministry, and we had a step up the units from where we were at called Green Beret. They were special forces that went behind the scenes, putting themselves in harm's way to protect Americans and the interests of the United States. I think of you all as God's Green Beret. You're going behind the enemy lines of the virus, putting yourself in harm's way to help and protect the people of our country. I saw a meme that was neat I'd like to show you. I think it's perfect for you. Of course, you can have the doctors in there along with the nurses, the techs, and even the receptionists who put themselves in harm's way to help other people. You would be called heroes. And I believe that in the truest sense of the word. Thank you. On behalf of me, my family, our 11 children, our church, and our communities, we want to thank you for your service and sacrifice. Secondly, we'd like to let you know that we're praying for you. We're praying for your health, for your safety, for your family, for your strength, and for wisdom for God to give you while treating people. I mentioned this to our church, and I will again to pray for all of you. Thirdly, I'd like to give you a verse, a word of encouragement. Romans 8:28, amazing verse. It says, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose." Don't know how many times I've leaned on this verse through hard times and heartaches and tragedies, many times in hospitals, when the worst thing we could ever think happens, but yet God says he will work all these things for good if we love God and if we stay called to his purpose. So many times in life we feel like the victim. This happened to me and there's nothing I can do about it. Therefore, I am a victim. I don't think God wants us to live that way, because God said that worst, that horrible, that horrific thing we go through, God said he will turn it around for good if we'll love God and stay called to his purpose. Years ago, I had a single young man in our church, and I had an illustration I wanted to use. I asked him if he would be okay with it. He said it was fine. So I brought him up and gave him a little bit of buttermilk to drink. He did not like that buttermilk. It didn't taste good to him. Then a little bit of flour, a little spoonful of white flour. That didn't taste good. A little bit of baking powder. Put that in his mouth. That didn't taste good. A little bit of plain salt, just salt. That didn't taste good. And then a spoonful of shortening. We didn't have him eat that. It was lard. But we just said, okay, imagine what that would taste like. And of course, all of those individual ingredients taste horrible. And he did not like them. Then I pulled out a plate of biscuits and I said, now how about these? Do you like this? He said, absolutely. Boy, you put some butter and jelly on that, there's not much better. That's what God does. God takes each of these negative, horrible tasting ingredients in our life and things we're going through, and then God can somehow take it and put them together and make it good. What a wonderful thing that God can do. I pray that God would do that for you and in these situations that we're going through, that looking back through all this in our country and for our families and our communities, that we would look and see how God could use this for good. In the meantime, please let us know what we can do for you, and please know that we're praying for you. If I can ever help you or do anything for you, Pastor Dave Baker, Family Baptist Church in Columbia, Tennessee, and you can Google or Facebook search if there's something that I can do for you. Most important thing is to make sure that you know that you're on your way to heaven. None of us know when we could die. It could be a virus we get, or it could be a car wreck on the way to work. But make sure you know that you're trusting only Jesus to save you. There'll be a link in here that can show you that if you need to know, or feel free to reach out to me. God bless you, and thank you for all that you do.